Yesterday, I hit a really low point, which I'm grateful to say is kind of rare for me. I don't often feel down. I usually have a very strong mindset and I feel pretty empowered and pretty strong. But yesterday, I felt so low. Do you ever feel that way? It was kind of a rock bottom moment, and I just felt angry and vengeful and also numb and apathic at the same time. I felt like yelling at my kids and I wasn't even sorry that I was yelling at them. I felt like I was done being a mom, done with having kids. And yesterday I felt like I didn't want the 4 that I have and I don't want another one. And I know that sounds so ungrateful and I don't mean it that way. On a meta level, and when I'm in my better self, I certainly feel incredibly grateful, and I do of course want my children. But yesterday I didn't feel that way. I started crying and telling my husband that I just don't want to do this anymore, and I can't hear the nagging anymore, and I can't deal with the fighting anymore, and I can't deal with picking up one more thing off the floor or doing one more round of laundry or preparing another meal. Why do kids have to eat every single day so many times a day? It's like this never-ending treadmill, and you can just feel this burnout, and that's kind of what I felt yesterday. And I'm glad that it was short-lived, and even while I was in it I could see past it, that I would come out of it. But I think we all have those low moments where we just feel so fed up and so annoyed and also like regretful that we chose this life path. As bad as it sounds to say that, as if we somehow don't love our kids or as if we're not grateful for what we have, when of course we are, but we all have those moments where we feel regretful, like we feel jealous of people who are more carefree, or we feel stupid for taking on so much responsibility that we don't always want to handle, or we feel like we were mistaken because we didn't understand what we were getting ourselves into, and suddenly we're in it and it's too much and we want out and we just need a break and it's not coming anytime soon, and it can just really bum you out, right? It's not that I want you to feel this way too, but I also kind of want to know that I'm not alone in this. Anyway, that's how I felt yesterday. And often, I'll talk to friends or people in Present Play in my online community, and they'll ask like, okay, what do we do when we just feel like we don't have the stamina to keep going, right? How do we keep going and get up and do it another day and just keep going, keep on keeping on when you feel so burnt out, or when you feel so lackluster and uninspired and flat? You can just feel this flat, numb effect, or you might feel really rageful and angry, or all of them at once. And the truth is, I have an answer that's really helped me in my low points, and it certainly helped me yesterday. I have an answer that guides me and keeps me kind of getting back on the horse of feeling positive and enthused and energetic, or at the very least committed and showing up to my parenting journey. And that answer is that I have a vision. I have a vision for my family. I know where I'm going with all of this. I know why I'm doing it, right? It's like having a why, having a deeper reason that it's worth it for me to continue, right? To continue showing up, making the meals, playing the games, reading the bedtime stories, organizing the house, driving them here and there, being present as much as I can. I have something that's bigger than me, a larger cause that I'm working towards, a goal, if you like. I think when we don't have a vision of where we're going with our family and why we're doing all of this to begin with, then it's so easy to just feel like you want to give up, feel like it was pointless or it was a mistake, or you can't keep going another day or another second. But when you have a vision, you have something that it's like that light at the end of the tunnel, right? You have something guiding you. It's a North Star. It's something pulling you towards it, saying like, it's worth this. Go through it, right? It reminds me a bit of giving birth, right? You go through so much pain and such an upheaval and all these changes in your body, but it's for something. There's a reason you're doing this. It's to give birth to someone. It's to bring another life into the world, and so it becomes worth all of the effort and the pain and the difficulty when you have something that's positive that you're working towards. I think a lot of us don't have a vision when we are in our family life. We know that in our health, in our fitness, in our finances, in our careers, we should set goals, right? Like we have house goals and couple goals and career goals and business goals and all these ideas, but I think we need family goals. I think we need to understand what it's all for. I think that when I come back to my vision and understand what I'm doing this for, what I'm trying to build here, like where we're going with all of this, then I can enjoy the journey a lot more. I stay a lot more centered, I stay a lot more motivated. It kind of snaps me out of those really low lows where you just want to give up. It reminds me that it's worth the effort, and it helps me to fight through any, really challenging times that I have. So I guess what I wanted to share is that you need a vision. You need a vision if you want the stamina, if you want to keep going and showing up every day. And that's not such an easy thing to do, to have a vision. Like, it actually takes some creative work, right? You actually have to think what that vision is. Like, why did we organize as a family? Where are we going with all of this? What is my goals? What type of feelings do we want to feel? What type of experiences do we want to have? What type of family are we going to be? Who are we, basically, is the question, right? Who are we? Where are we going? And what kind of plan do we have to get there? Right? So that it doesn't become this autopilot default thing where you're just reenacting everything you saw at home or in reactivity mode and not kind of powerfully in the creative driver's seat of your family dynamics. So what's your vision? I guess what I really wanted to come on and say is I want to invite you to make a vision and to continuously reiterate that vision. And if you have a partner, to get your partner on board so that you craft the vision together. As a team, you and your children are working towards making that vision. Some of the things might be really soft things, like I have this vision of having a family where when we disagree, we're able to talk about things. Some of them might be specific, like I have a vision that we have family dinners together every evening and we sit around the table and there's laughter, right? Some of them might be kind of aspirational, like I have a vision that we travel the world or live on a boat or have a certain lifestyle, certain diet. Or they might be values based, like we do this type of work in the world or we promote these type of values and ideas. They might be energetic or spiritual or psychological or physical or financial. There could be so many different aspects, and there should be so many different aspects to this vision. It's got to be really juicy, it's got to be enough to get you up in the morning, and it's got to be meaningful. Your vision has to be something that means a lot to you because it has to sustain you through the tough times. It has to be that North Star that will be worth waking up for, right? Even on the cold, frigid mornings when you just want to roll back over and stay in bed and ignore the world. It has to be the type of thing that can snap you out of those bummy, sucky feelings of I just want to give up, or why did I get into this in the first place, or I can't do this, or I'm just messing it up. It has to be something that is worth fighting for, that is worth fighting through for. Now, I can't tell you what your vision is, but I can tell you that you need one, and I can help you craft it. In fact, I've created a package this month, if you're watching this as it drops, in December, where I want to invite you to actually go piece by piece and get your vision in place. And you can do this if you're a single parent, if you're in a couple, if you have just 2 or 3 hours to spare, or if you have a couple of days and you want to really create a full-formed retreat. Companies do this the whole time, right? They sometimes do it quarterly or yearly, where they gather as, the leadership team gathers and they reiterate and actually articulate what their vision is. Where are they going? Why are they putting all this effort in? Why are they putting all this time and money and manpower into something? What's the vision? What's the goal? It's kind of like goal setting, although it's slightly more aspirational than that, right? It has more flavor and more juice and more values. But then once you have that bigger vision, you also have to drive it down to specifics, like, okay, how does this influence our morning routine? Or the educational path we choose, or our diet, or how bedtime looks, or how we talk to our kids about sex or death or money, right? It has to actually have practical implications that you can start to set in motion right now and take steps so that you don't spend the next decade or two just spinning your wheels in survival mode, just getting through the day, but rather there's something a little bit loftier that's pulling you up, that's actually kind of magnetically pulling you towards it. And you have this goal, you have this vision, you have a plan of how to get there. So I want to invite you to get really clear on who you are as a family. Where are you going? How are you going to get there? And to really encourage you to make that plan, right? To put it in writing, put it on your calendar, put it on your alerts, make it real and make it happen. If you want to join me in this package and really create vision for yourself, then go to theparentingjunkie.com/vision. This is a fantastic time to do it because a new year brings a fresh start and helps us to kind of get on a new trajectory. But to get on that new trajectory, you need to know what it is, right? Where you're going, and set those goals and create that vision. So, theparentingjunkie.com/create